All right, so I'm going first.
There is a back alley. You don't want to go down there.
Don't you play against with the ink in front?
I'm on the play, correct?
Yep.
All right.
What we got going on here? Purple steel.
We're gonna do purple steel. Yes, exactly.
All right.
Kind of meant to be played.
So since we have this card in our opening hand, we will keep 7.
No one.
I'd mull 1.
And then, you know what we're going to draw? Maybe a feet. Anyway, what would you mull 1 of these?
No, go.
No. You're crazy.
Nope.
We have this.
Well, now I
Probably
can't.
don't need that.
No.
1, 2, 3. We're gonna put 1 back. Okay.
You take the ones that make
Like this.
I have yet to mulligan today.
You like all your hands that much?
This deck just doesn't mulligan that much.
Mulligan, yeah.
I get it.
One to go
So
here.
since we're on the play, we're gonna ink Lawrence and play Cinderella, and your go.
Well, I'm definitely going to pass the Cinderella question because this Diablo can just die and that or be banished.
Sure.
Go ahead.
Ready, set.
But guess what?
Banished. We don't kill things here.
Kill Diablos in this house.
It's not.
I don't even get
All
the
right.
purple one.
So I'm gonna ink Pluto. I'm gonna spend 2 and play Piglet.
Okay, so
And
then
she's
I
just gonna
not
quest.
inkable.
All
Take
right.
a lore. Your go.
This is where you punish her with the steel Mickey Mouse that gives Challenger +2.
That is true.
Didn't play around it.
But there's no rush.
You put on Diablo. It gives Challenger.
Oh, the challenge. Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
yeah.
I'm going to ink a goat.
Okay.
I'm going to play Mr. Smee and quest for 1
Sounds
and
good.
pass the turn.
Ready, fetch, draw for turn. We're gonna ink a Cindy.
These cards would be significantly better on the play.
I know. I'm just.
We're gonna spend 1 and play a baby Robin.
So that with 3 characters.
We're gonna spend 2. We're gonna play Mr. Smee.
Yes.
Our piggy will quest for 3.
Yes.
And then I will pass the turn because I'm afraid that you're gonna challenge with Mr. Smee and then try to fox me.
Yes.
So I'm gonna think ahead.
Indeed.
Your go.
I will draw a card.
No, I want to go dime, falling turn, cause with dime.
I will
There's no following turn.
ink this fox.
Yeah.
There is no turn.
Maybe you have another one.
I go.
Wow.
I'm going to pick the piglet,
So I am banished.
Effectively trading, play a Mr. Arrow and a Maleficent.
And then Mr. Smee will be banished.
I'll quest and pass the turn.
Okay.
How is Mr. Arrow not a captain?
Ready,
Is
set,
there any merit to like just playing the fox there?
draw.
Yeah,
turn.
there
I was
is.
wondering that myself.
Why did I?
So I am going to ink a Rapunzel,
I get it.
and
I
I'm
would
gonna
put
play a
only ink
Pluto
in.
as a bodyguard here
4, 6, 7.
for 4. And Mr. Smee will cost
I think
me
this is why.
6.
Being in these
So
situations,
I didn't know what.
You have 3 in hand?
Yes.
I think I'm just gonna do 7, 8
Earlier.
and pass
She
the
only
turn.
did like 1 thing.
All right.
I'm kind of okay with your Diablo just being a little
Okay,
spell book
so-
over there for now. I will take 1 damage. Yes.
No, well, I go
Piglet
up
has
Who's
one.
on the captain?
Pluto's not a captain. Piglet was the captain who has been banished. Yantu is the captain.
Yantu's the captain?
Yes.
Your guy right
Fun
there.
fact.
And I play a crab.
But Yantu does not live at
And
the
then
moment.
1
So,
to move it to the
it is
library.
Mr. Burns' turn.
This is getting rough.
Yeah, when I saw you ink the fox, I thought it was very safe to play Pluto. So that's how we're rolling.
Mm-hmm.
No, because I threw a girl.
I meant like pirate slave.
I am smashing something.
Question is, what are you smashing?
Gotta be Pluto.
But then I'm doing what? Running these 2.
Like, are you
things into it?
doubling it and getting rid of Pluto?
I think I'm actually just smashing this Mr. Smee.
Oh, right, this is Rapunzel deck. What am I saying? I was just playing against blue steel. Ignore me.
I was gonna say.
Ignore me. Ignore me. Yeah, we weren't killing it. I just wanted the damage on it for next turn. But
Yeah, you don't want
I'm
that.
I'm on another planet right now.
Spoiler chat.
I'm gonna ink a Mr. Arrow,
Okay,
play another Diablo,
sounds good.
and pass the turn.
Okay, so ready.
Is that?
Yeah.
Now I can put my hand down.
We can draw.
It's not in my inkwell.
You don't have to do that this way.
So my Pluto will hit Mr. Arrow and shoot 1 damage.
I'm so hot.
I will play Rapunzel to heal the 1 damage.
And I'm just
Draw a card.
I need to stop playing.
I want your Maleficent gone, so I will challenge there and take 1 damage.
Do
You have 1?
Yes.
My Cindy will quest for 1 to go to 9. And
You're still gonna be.
I'll pass the turn. Here we go.
Draw a card. Going to ink the White Rose.
Okay.
Doc.
Draw 2. We love Doc here.
Wow, I'm just like,
You're gonna play Magic Broom
Okay.
and quest for 2.
Sounds good.
Pass.
Okay.
Last card.
Yeah.
Ready?
How many are you playing?
Four.
Drop the turn.
You just can't beat Emerald Steel without
So I'm inking Pete here.
I just don't like 4 of that for 1 card. I mean, like, let's do, I guess. Yeah.
11, 12, 13, 14.
like, is this crazy? Just keeping my
So Chad, I have a decision I can make here. I have a Gantu in my hand and a Robin Hood.
Charlie would know better than me, actually.
Gantu threatens 4 lore on board, but Robin Hood is really strong against a aggro deck and has more health and cannot be smashed.
Yeah,
So for
probably.
that reason, we're going to choose to
Mine,
play
yeah, I
Robin
think
Hood.
mine's 1 Zimba. I didn't get 4 in mine.
Then Pluto's going to quest just to 10,
Big cast.
9, 10, 11, 12. You're only going to 13. So we'll quest here to go to 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. I think we just quest here because that puts us at 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21.
Yep.
So I'll say go.
All right. Ready.
What would be
Draw a card.
not that?
We need a miracle. There were no miracles in our deck.
No miracles today.
Nope. And I can banish literally a Pluto.
With a fox?
Whoa, whoa.
I can smash it and then challenge it with both of these.
Cool. That's why I did not play Gantu for
Put
the
Diablos in first, right?
To draw cards.
Yeah, just see what we get for a box.
That's fair. I don't know that it's safe.
Yeah, like, I don't think we're getting
Yeah.
out of this, but we're definitely not doing the way. Oh,
Oh,
Oh.
let's see what
Oh.
we got.
I mean,
So like
so we get rid of Pluto.
with smashing cannons.
Yep.
Okay.
And then Robin Hood.
Yep. I'm okay with that.
we're live at 1.
And then
I kept doing
we quest.
Oh, okay.
All right.
Where's the library?
That's,
Is that your sign snake?
That is my sign
That's
thing.
pretty cool.
2 Dick Burns.
That's very cool.
And
So you brought Doc back to your
bring
hand,
back
correct?
Doc.
I mean, he's quite requesting with Robin Hood, or
And I draw a
yeah,
card.
it's just like he has to.
Go ahead.
Right. So
Um,
you're ready. We set.
It's a close game.
Our
We
deck is just
draw.
not capable of killing this Robin Hood, right? Like, we can just pick up our cards now.
Yeah, we
Pretty
can.
much. Because it's like I just do that. I play Gantu.
Yeah,
Like
Just the Robin Hood alone is probably just legal. In it.
yeah.
The fact that there's
Robin
already
Hood
2
is
other
just
things
so
on board.
challenging for it to deal with, especially when it's not sideways.
Robin Hood is like the big Calhoun.
Yes. That was my play game.
This
I
is
knew.
definitely our roughest matchup. I think this is way worse than playing against Emerald Steel even. Emerald Steel plays like 1 card a turn.
Well, that's because we have designed to answer the best Emerald Steel hands, and when you do
Mhm.
that, like when you punch them in the face, they're like, "Oh crap, what do I do?"
Yeah.
Like this deck, it's a lot harder to punch in the face.
Yeah, I don't.
It's also a very like even a quicker version of Amber Steel in general.
But even just like we have to kill Cinderella, and then you just play Calhoun.
How many people?
And it's like, what do we do?
4. Oh, here you go, Chad.
Full. All the shuffling.
And he has spoils in there.
It's true.
You got foils in that deck?
Yeah, it's a $49 deck instead of 48.
So proud of you.
Wait, to make it less expensive somehow, or the price is just good at?
Just the foils that I have are worth no more than the regular.
There's no foil docs in there.
I mean, like the deck,
Two,
the
three,
deck was a
four,
$75
five,
deck
six,
before,
seven.
now it's a $50 deck.
No.
It was 50. Oh, well, we had Yensid in it before.
No, even the one I played was
Sweet.
75.
You had a different deck than us.
Three, one,
Ooh,
and two.
this is.
I feel like your deck can't handle this card very well. Maybe we do three.
We're gonna see me actually mulligan cards.
Play
I mean,
possible.
it's no Doc in our hand, right? But holy God, we're playing those cards. Hell yeah.
Which means I have
My
to
other
keep
option
this.
to mulligan is actually just keeping putting that
And
card back.
then,
Ink,
Play.
play on
I
3.
think this is really good against this matchup.
Yeah.
Some of the time.
So
I can get Doc.
we're gonna put back one card. People were like really wanting us to put this in the deck. Having even a 4-cost card is
Oh,
rough.
I would
A
never put
4-cost
that in the same deck as Doc.
We're gonna draw, which means you want both of these options. Means that way.
Level 3 Cinderella.
Into
Cinderella.
this.
You have this deck,
Which one?
the Lucio.
I sent the link earlier, but it's not
Probably.
made yet.
Oh,
Nothing's on the TFM dream board yet.
No,
It's
yeah,
going
there's
out
nothing
later?
there. It'll when we
Yeah.
get time to do it. We'll do it. We ran out of time.
We keep that and that. We'll just do one. Your go.
All right, I'm gonna ink Agantu. First decision of the game is a card that's better against Cinderella versus a card that's better against
So I draw.
Robin Hood. But this is also significantly worse against Daisy. So I have to play this one.
Yeah,
It's 2 to 1.
yeah.
So we play
Diablo.
Diablo.
Go ahead.
So we draw for turn.
Oh, so
That's
even.
insane.
I almost played the game wrong like you guys did.
We're gonna ink a Mr. Smee.
Okay.
And we're gonna play Cinderella.
Keep one.
And
Okay.
I will pass the turn.
And then.
And I know that there's a risk you fire the candidate and play another one drop, but it's a risk I'm willing to take.
I will ink the library. I'll quest for 1.
Yep.
I'll play Mr. Arrow.
Okay.
Pass the turn.
Ready, set, draw for turn.
How does she do anything?
Three
Well,
and
this,
4. That could be pretty good.
yeah, doesn't do anything.
Box still
It's
hits
just like game
there.
7.
We're gonna ink another Mr. Smee. I'm
Yeah,
playing
because
Calhoun.
I
Mm.
can't do
Indeed.
anything.
I don't really want to give you a card,
He just like
so I think I'm just gonna pass.
Yeah.
Which is kind of crazy,
Yeah, you
but
got.
we'll see how it pans out.
That's just
That is
because you're
crazy.
playing against me. You can say it.
I'm willing
No.
to take that gamba.
For what it's worth, your hand was very unlucky.
Ink this.
Yeah, you know, fire the turn. You really want to fire the
Go ahead and do a library.
I don't know if you
And pass the turn.
Ready, set, draw for turn.
Especially if it's nothing else going on.
Yeah,
So
this
we
is
can
crazy.
do
Yeah,
that.
it's good. It's fun.
You can
too.
fox it
I mean, it's
back.
just kind of insane if you play a Lilo on turn 1 that you just get to like.
You
What's
can't
that
fox
Lilo
it
for,
back
like,
if I do
2,
this.
You can also do it.
That's-
Oh no, the key to life
There
is
is
just
this 3, yeah. So I'm gonna use Cinderella, and I'm gonna sing I'm Still Here onto Calhoun, making Calhoun a resist 3, essentially. And I will draw a card.
Okay.
Okay. Then 4. I let your library live. Probably okay.
No, that's
This
a weird one.
game. Think the Pluto.
No, there's a comma
We'll
there.
play
Yeah, check them both.
Pete.
Yeah, there's a comma there.
And then Calhoun will hit the library for 3.
The
Yeah,
one
so they
that
both
goes
go in the
I will
bag, they
pass the
ready one of
turn.
them.
Cinderella is just a 1/2, and Calhoun is a 3, resist 3.
All right. Gain 1 off the library.
Yep.
Draw a card. We will ink
There's also the
Goats.
matchup for that
Yep.
two cost
both
fire
of these
damage.
into the library.
Yeah, we can do it.
Play a Maleficent,
The
put
fact
her
that
in the
you
library.
literally didn't have any removal.
You didn't draw any
Quest 1, 2, 3,
Yep.
and pass the
I
turn.
think you won before that.
Fascinating. You gave me a lot of options here. I
I
will draw for
Okay.
turn.
would have meant a turn for Gravity Source quarter.
Oh, turn for-
So first things first, I want the library gone. So Calhoun and Peach will challenge the library.
There is a broken stuff
Confused on
here.
that one.
Me?
Yeah.
And the rest of the deck is out.
Because you knew
Yeah,
I could
very
just
possible.
challenge
Yeah,
the
why did we
library.
spend all of our ink to library when we could have, like, I was
Play
thinking,
one of these.
yeah, like move just Diablo, play one of these, pitch, draw 2, and then like run a Diablo and draw 2 more, and then like our library dies, and that's fine. But we're like 4 cards in hand, and then next turn we have 5 ink with 4 cards instead of
I thought I could not quest
yeah.
with Mr. Arrow if he wasn't in the library.
But
And
well, I'm
then
just gonna- you're just
now-
like denying the 2.
Like I think you're probably setting up a fox or something with these. I don't know that for certain. Obviously, I will see.
I was just using the library to protect my characters in
That's
play
fair.
Yeah,
So
instead of playing
I see that. Yeah,
I'm gonna have Cindy storm the Maleficent, and I'll draw a card. 3, 4. Can't deal with that.
you could just
card very
instead of
well.
moving Diablo and punching, move the arrow.
For 3,
If you
we're
want to
gonna
do
play
that.
Tiana. Then
You
just
get one of those
have
cards
thinking
when Diablo dies,
here. I think, as odd as it is, we ink
In a Simba.
put out cannons. I'm deciding which of these two to ink. Or Rapunzel or Piglet. Because of the other two that are in hand.
Yeah,
I think we're the control deck in most cases.
right now we're the beatdown.
Yeah, but like Rapunzel ensures a lot of things.
Like I kind of think I'm just inking Piglet and playing Daisy
Yeah, I
here.
love it.
Yeah,
And I'm
like-
just keeping my hand and saying go.
And now you just have like a check to.
That feels
I
pretty
can-
good.
I can just
Yeah,
draw infinite cards if I want to.
right. Like I draw infinite cards or I
Usually I'd play both of these, but I think I really need to draw
I think you
fox.
need
Hey,
something else.
Hey,
Yeah.
Nunez. Brayden thinks this card's really good.
I'd say really good.
He said really good.
he did.
I didn't mean like.
Hey,
I didn't mean like that.
Smash Calhoun.
I met,
Sounds good.
I met with this card. I went turn one this
Quest.
way,
1, 2,
and I was
3.
like,
Go
"What
ahead.
is this doing here?" And then I
Ready?
looked down at this card and read the typo, and I was like, "Oh, okay, that's really good."
Draw for turn.
Like, I don't think it's generically good.
Yeah.
Is this a pirate?
So
Oh, okay, wait. this
Pete
card
will challenge
actually
Mr.
goes-
Arrow. I take 1 damage.
Wow.
1, 2, 3,
That's
4,
like-
4.
I love it when they
I
do that.
play
It's like first two
Rapunzel
cards
to
are
heal
good
the
to
1
each other,
damage.
and then you're like,
Draw a card.
Yeah.
you know,
That's funny.
We
It's just
will
funny you came to the
think Peach.
conclusion real quick. You're just like, oh.
Play
okay.
Robin.
We have this constant debate that card's actually not good though.
Tiana's gonna
If you think
quest
in
for
practice,
2.
it's probably not
Go
good.
to 2.
I think it's fine. I mean, I read this in,
Daisy's
like,
gonna
the
quest
Liz,
for
and I was
2.
like, oh, this is pretty
She
good.
will
You
give
got-
you a card most
Oh,
likely.
limp.
You get a Chernabog, which I feel like is good for you.
You can
I
just
mean, this
build
is-
it that way.
this
So you have a
is the best
Chernabog and a mystery
Actually,
card.
I think so.
I
But the
could
problem
give
is
you a
there's not
card
enough
draw with
of that.
Diablo,
It's just that.
or I could just quest my Cinderella.
Like,
or
we
do
can only argue
nothing.
that,
I'm gonna
like,
just take a
Captain Hook
gamble
is
and quest
kind of
her.
Okay, but
With 5, and then it is your turn.
Is that patient?
All right, I will.
And I think you know this, but as a reminder for chat, Tiana makes it so everything gets -3 challenger unless the opponent chooses to pay 3. Quest 2?
Quest. Smee followers.
Sounds good.
And pass.
So you're at 10, threatening 15. 12, 13, 14, 15. Cool. Ready? And
Yeah, I do think like turn 4 just doing this is like
Oh.
kind of impressive. If
For
your opponents are
3,
not playing,
I'll play a Lawrence.
then when
for
your opponent's playing
2,
Gravity
I'll play
Source,
Doc.
it's just kind of terrible.
Draw 1, draw 2.
Unfortunately, in my opinion.
3. So Pete will challenge Doc.
Yes.
I will take 1. I kind of don't care about your Diablo at the moment. So I'm going to quest for 2. Go to 7.
Bell. Do damage from Bell.
Rapunzel will quest 2. Go to 9. 9, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17.
Also, like a 4/4.
I think it's worth
It's the same,
Daisy
it's
questing,
so good.
even if it gives you a card. So 11. Hey, we hit cannons. So now I'm at 11. So if I was to not turn these two sideways, I go 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 22. Because of the fact that Tiana is out, I'm going to take the extra 2 lore here to go to 13 and pass the turn.
That's game.
Okay. If Tiana wasn't out, there's more of an argument to keep the Cindy and the Robin up because it's favorable trades for you, even though you're not getting more.
I would just quest fire them.
Yeah, that's kind of how I felt.
But all right. You want to play another one?
Up to you. I can play this. I can play something else.
No, we can play this.
Sounds
This is
good.
Need to see this deck.
Yeah.
Struggling.
So yesterday in round 5 of the tournament, I paired into the, I think Nick, was that his name? The purple seal? Yeah. Nick was on a mid-range purple seal. It certainly gave me a lot more trouble than an aggro version.
Yeah, so
Which makes sense
big
because
problem that game is also I played up the curve,
yes.
which is terrible. I should have mulliganed 4 cards from my opening hand for sure. The cards in this deck are bad. You just have to play tons of them.
You have to play a lot of cards and flood the board. Which
Yeah.
is kind of how I feel when I'm playing this sometimes. Not that the cards are bad, but that's dependent on the matchup. You just want to kind of flood the board and gain lore. It's kind of what you were saying in the art, like the Metafy article you were writing about, like the beatdown.
All right. Let's do 2 more games. Who's first in the first one?
Roll a dice.
Me.
You are. So you'll take the play.
What's the Jakir song?
I won't give up or I won't give in.
Yeah.
So I draw once per turn.
I won't give in.
Yeah. They're both lyrics in the song, so I knew it was one of the
Oh,
two.
that's it.
I'm gonna keep these.
7.
Sing it.
The first time in your life, you're gonna be on the other receiving end.
No.
Sing it.
No. No. This is good. That's bad.
Yes, it does.
Probably bad. That's okay. I'm putting 5 back. That's the one that returns a card from your
Returns the
discard.
dot from your discard.
Basically, is it any card that costs 2 or less?
So first
that
I draw.
how that
It's
works?
3 or less.
Then you
Okay.
lose it for the rest of the turn. You have the ability to think twice.
2 or less, yeah.
Okay.
Target Doc.
Amazing.
You're good.
All right. I'm going to ink a goat and play a fairy ship.
Wow.
Pass the turn.
I will draw and be very upset because for the first time ever, I have no one draw.
Well, the fairy ship was
We can compete and say go.
was
Gain a lore.
good against Cinderella
Yeah.
and
Totally.
it was good against
Is there any world where we're supposed
Like
to
the only
see
thing it's
twice?
not great
Daisy
against
Duck.
is it's Robin.
Yes.
Cards by higher end? Or should
I'm
we
gonna
just-
ink a fox.
Yep.
Gonna play Mr. Arrow
Okay.
and pass the turn.
I'll draw.
If you ever had a scene,
And I'm gonna ink. I'm still here and play
and then
Calhoun.
play it. Then
Your
you-
go.
I'm saying, could we use this though? Yeah. Okay. So let me.
Gain 1.
Oh no, I'm sorry.
Draw a card.
You here, put this back in the thing. Put this back. Actually, just put this.
We're going to ink a Mr. Arrow.
Yep.
Then put it.
Gonna play the library
And then you
Bless
put it
me.
on.
and
Oh,
pass the
okay.
turn.
Alrighty, ready, set,
And then pop
draw for
it.
turn.
Draw 2.
So we can do that and this. Ranking Piglet here. He's not gonna help us.
Really only ink if I had a popsicle.
We're gonna spend 2, play another Calhoun. We're gonna spend 1, we're gonna play a Robin.
All right.
Oh
So I
boy.
put 3 here.
We're rolling.
Then I have 5, kills the library. Library's probably more of a threat than Fairy Ship. And if you fox, so be it. Your go.
1, 2. Draw a card. Ink Mr. Arrow.
Hmm.
We're gonna stop playing up the curve.
I take it.
Always start breaking.
And then we're gonna quest for 2 because he's being slightly insulated and he's keeping damage off fairy ship now.
Off of
Go ahead.
Okay. Ready,
This is how
set,
it works.
draw for turn.
You just gain the ability to ink twice this turn. That's what that card says. It doesn't work like Evo.
One Calhoun and Robin will take out the library.
Yeah.
And the reason for that is I want to prevent you from drawing additional cards outside of Doc, Diablo,
Also
things
gaining allure
that
every
manner.
time.
Right, but I'm saying the reason I do library first over fairy ship,
Oh yeah.
even though it's an 8 cost. I think I should take
Yep.
Mr. Arrow there. So I go to 2.
All right, that's a good one.
I have not played anything for turn yet. So what we're going to do here is we're going to spend 3 and play a Lawrence, who will be helpful. We will ink a Rapunzel. And I'll pass the turn.
Play it.
You gain allure.
Gain 1. Draw a card.
Draw.
Alright, so I'm gonna go ahead and smash a Calhoun.
Yep. I moved this one, but
Let's see.
that feels good to me because you're slowing tempo a lot by doing that.
Going to fire the cannons, Lawrence, to
So
keep my characters alive.
what if I have another Rapunzel?
It's gonna be a rough one.
Is it evasive still?
That's 3?
1, 2, 3.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Ready?
I wasn't sure if that was also.
Pass.
Still probably dead.
I have another Rapunzel.
Okay.
So I'm going to Rapunzel Lawrence. I'll draw 2 cards. 1. So the obvious one to me is that Calhoun will hit your dock because I don't really want you to bounce dock back. And I'll gain 2. You have 1 in hand?
Oh,
Yes.
no. Oh, okay. I thought it was the discard.
So I can
I thought I was
trade
like,
there. I
definitely,
can take damage there. You have 1 in hand. It's kind of non-traditional, but I think I want to do it this way.
Yeah.
So Lawrence is going to sing Storm
Oh.
onto your card. I'll draw a card.
You're all sided.
Then Robin will hit your Diablo. I take no damage. You will draw a card. I will then
No, there's
ink a
there's 4,
Mr.
but
Smee
there should be 2.
and play a Daisy.
Okay.
And I'll say go.
Not really what to think about.
You gain
No,
1.
yeah, before the think about
11.
Yeah, I was like,
Card
Very ship's putting in work there.
I feel good. That's so nice.
is nice.
Is it-
I'm gonna ink a magic broom
Okay. Gain allure.
and followers pass. Because the only way I'm getting back into this is drawing a dog.
I think that's fair, and that's exactly why I chose to get rid of your dog first. So
Is that fairy ship in play?
yes,
Okay.
it's been in place since turn 1.
Just making sure.
I like to
haven't-
keep it in my inkwell.
I'm not even telling.
That way it's not
I'm not even telling you.
challenged.
I'm literally not going to tell you.
Isn't it just the Forbidden Mountain of bad?
It's not. It's cost 1.
So I want your goat
Yeah.
on for sure.
Forbidden Mountain costs 1. I swear to you.
I wanna sing it?
The bad
Alright.
flat
Or
break.
do I want to play it?
I'll be playing that card for a real long
Well,
time.
let's do math. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
Right. So
And
so
then
I have a way to clear everything on your board,
I would have
basically.
played purple.
Yeah.
Knight.
So
So I
Lawrence
think you
is
want to
the-
quest. Well, I would ignore this. I would completely ignore this
We're gonna
because you
ignore that.
win next turn.
Okay.
If you can clear my board, you
Right.
win next turn.
So we're gonna spend 3 for sure, and we're gonna strength your goat.
Whatever.
Yeah.
You'll go to 13.
No, Jim isn't that bad again.
I
There's
think.
no 2, isn't it?
Oh, 4.
You know what? We're gonna do it in a different order
Oh,
though.
crazy.
Okay.
Turns
All
out.
good.
First, we're going to storm your Chernobog.
Yeah. Draw cards
Draw
first.
Unfortunately, it does not draw me ink,
What?
so we end in the same spot. But anyway,
The Alice
we ink
one?
Lawrence. Now we will strength the goat.
I'm
Yes.
Now we can quest 2. You get a prize. It's a snake, but it's a dead snake.
It's an ink.
It is an ink, that's for sure. 2, 4,
Is the superior as-
5, 6.
Yep. Go to 12 and check.
Pass the turn.
Yes.
I did this to
I'm
somebody
pretty sure
real like,
before.
Draw a turn. and that's
I
game.
said,
Hey.
Why did you do that?
All right.
What
Okay.
did you do last year?
I got one more where you're on the play.
Yes. And then you can throw the deck at me.
Yes. One thing I really want to point out is when me and Dan did like our 45-minute long video,
Yeah.
we were talking about the element of surprise a lot.
Oh, okay.
And in that video, I specifically said, I cannot beat Melissa with this deck. You remember that, Dan?
Well,
It's harder.
I said,
It gets actually harder to do it now.
well, yeah, but she was beating me with red blue.
I was beating you with red.
Meanwhile, I'm 4-0 against David Nunes.
Mr. Nunes over there.
I think I watched it up.
But I have played so many games with this deck against Melissa.
And somehow I crack him every time.
Yeah, so you know, I went to an event last Saturday, right? The
Right.
first chapter case event.
Oh yeah, the one in North Carolina.
Yeah, I did not lose a match to Steel.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
Good for
I
you.
should
You
have.
certainly should have.
If it was someone from the team who's played with me
Right.
sitting across from me, I definitely would have.
That's fair.
Yeah. So I
think
want to show the deck losing, and I also want to point out that it matters to a certain degree.
I think what's important, and so Ben and I were playing off camera before, and he was running a set 5 Amber Steel against me as more of an aggro set 6 Amber Steel.
Yeah.
And I think by that same logic, it's like there are certain things that are just strong and you know the lines that like you have to let other people see the lines to understand the pros and cons of everything.
How many games have you guys already played?
This is the
We're
4th.
playing one more.
The 4th?
Yes.
Jesus. Have you won one?
No, I'm 3-0.
Now,
Now I'm on the fly.
Now I'm on the draw.
What up, Sam?
So we're gonna keep that.
French kind of crazy.
We're gonna keep
Go back
that.
to
Mother
Put that back. I don't quite have 2, which I don't love. So we put that back. No, we'll hold it. We can play it if we need to. We'll put 2 back. 1, 2. Not the best, but we'll work with it.
By the way, that game I just lost, she did not have a 1-drop.
Oh yeah, I did not have 1 drop. And he played a fairy ship.
gained
This
7
particular
more.
version of that deck is without a doubt the anti-aggro deck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like 100%. Like you should be quick enough to beat most everything aside from red blue, which is a problem. And then you should dominate the aggro decks.
So I'm gonna ink smash and play Cinderella.
Okay. Well, if my draw wasn't fairy ship, I was just gonna let something die. But fairy ship, go ahead.
You draw for turn. Hey, that's good for us.
And by die, I mean become banished, as its willpower has been depleted.
We'll hit here for 1. I'm gonna ink. I'm still here, even though I really like that card. Then Mr. Smee, you're
Okay.
good.
Game 1. Draw a card.
Probably sooner than I thought I would.
Yeah, ink a snake. I'm going to fire the cannons,
On Cindy, yep.
and then I'm going to Maleficent
Okay.
and pass the turn.
Ready, set, drop. I'm gonna ink a Robin.
And I had to play Maleficent in case I need to ink this.
I think the best thing to do here is we spend 3 and we hardcast Storm on Maleficent, which isn't great, but we draw a card. Kill the ship. And it at least prevents us from being bounced. Your go, I take a damage.
Draw a card. Fire the cannons.
Yep.
Ink a ink a fox for followers.
Okay.
Pass the turn.
We draw for turn. We're gonna spend 3. I'll play it here. I think I'm gonna ink Pluto and play Daisy.
Okay.
Your turn.
My turn.
Yeah.
All right. If there's anyone watching who's not followed us yet, go ahead and give us a follow.
I certainly feel like the control deck right now.
You are.
For sure.
Like,
I'm going to have to ink that smash because of Pete.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna
Now and Doc. Draw
Maleficent
two.
Doc. Draw 2 cards.
No.
And pass the turn.
Okay. Ready, touch. Draw for turn.
I don't know if I've ever played a game where I'm going into turn 5 with one Lord.
0-1. So I'm
With this
super
stuff.
afraid of you bouncing Doc. So I'm gonna hold on. I can't do that yet.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna play Lawrence and then
Okay.
get rid of your Doc.
This is also another example of people will just get rid of the Maleficent when the Maleficent's irrelevant. People
Like
won't.
it's 1-0 here.
Yeah,
If you
you're-
get you up to 4, I really don't care.
Yeah, and then Daisy just banishes Maleficent.
Right?
Yeah,
To be
so like
honest-
people will not banish Doc when they should.
Like
And
Doc is
Melissa
a
did
card
what
draw
she should do.
engine, and I need your card draw engines gone. Pretty much at all costs. I am a little bit afraid of you finding a fox, so I'm just gonna pass the turn and not quest Daisy. You're go.
I will
One of those two things.
ink a Mr. Smee,
Okay.
going to library, Doc,
Leveraging my
Mother
draw,
dog.
draw. I would have not docked this turn, but you have 8 power in play.
That's fair.
I'm also hoping that you're just gonna banish the library, so I'll quest 1, 2, 3, and pass the turn.
Okay, so you ready? You draw for turn. This card's a threat to you. So I think I'm gonna play another one. Even though it slows me down. Play another Lawrence. So let your library get 1. Or I bop there. And I bop there. I kind of think they're gone. You have 1 and 2 in hand?
2.
3 lure. I don't want your Chernobog to get to the library.
Right.
So there's 2 things I can do here. I can, like you were alluding to, I can use everything and challenge the library and it can go away. I could also put 4 on the library, and then I could have Daisy hit Mal and Pete hit your bog.
Yes. Which.
And I kind of, because I have another Lawrence, I think that is the appropriate thing to do here.
Yeah, I much prefer your second option of just clearing these. Let me gain 1, whatever.
Right, because even if you put something in the library, like you have 1 thing in the library then, rather than like Chernobog that draws 2. So Lawrence will deal 4 damage. Daisy will hit Maleficent. I will take 1. Pete will hit your Chernobog. I will take 2. And then it's your turn. And I feel like that puts you in a much worse spot.
I would actually do it backwards.
You want it backwards?
Because now my Doc could go into the library and challenge Pete.
Okay. We can roll. That
Yeah.
makes sense. So that takes 1. And this takes 2. That's fair.
I'll go to 5.
I kind of expect Doc to just run into Lawrence anyway. Like this Lawrence.
Yeah, but you could get the trade the other way, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you run the Lawrence, run the Lawrence.
So
Yeah.
I didn't draw a bounce, so I'm gonna just go ahead and draw a card. Make Lawrence quester only. And then I'm gonna play a goat,
Okay. So that brings you to 6.
and then I'm going to ink a goat and pass the turn.
All right. Ready.
Well, he can go in the library, but we all know that doesn't matter.
Draw. Okay. So we drew a Rapunzel, which is great for us. I kind of want Rapunzel. So my honest thing is I don't know if it's better to have a 4/4 warrior or a Daisy and draw 2 cards.
Yeah, I'd rather just draw 2
I
cards.
think I'd rather draw
already.
2 cards as well.
I think this is where we turn the corner
And
from
I
the
become,
control deck
yes,
to the
exactly.
aggro deck.
So we do this, we draw 2 cards. Then we ink a Robin to play a Robin. We have Healthy Lawrence finish the library. And then we quest 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And you get a prize.
Followers goes to my hand.
And then I pass to you.
Okay.
Sorry, I think we're getting into glare range.
You're fine. No, you were fine. You're fine.
Draw a card.
Ironically, your glare range is right above your deck.
Oh, even better.
Gonna Inca followers.
Yep.
Play a goat and a Pete.
Okay. So 7.
And then I will take out the Lawrence that has 0
Yep.
power.
That's what I expected.
And pass the turn.
So we ready?
And I'm much more the control deck now.
We draw. So for 3, I'm gonna play my own Pete. And for 2, I'm gonna play Doc
Awesome.
to draw 2.
That is probably the best answer to a Pete I've ever seen.
That's I feel. Just beat you right back. The question is, yeah. So I think Pete will trade
Yes.
your goat, and the reason for that is now you have more cards to deal with. Then I'll
So my thought
quest.
process.
You gained a lore, right?
Yeah.
He did, yeah. So I quest for 4 here. You have 1 in hand.
Yep.
Yeah.
So 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. I think we just quest the 2.
Right, and then
Yeah.
11. We become the aggressor.
and then pick.
And you go because I've already inked. Or even if I didn't, I don't want to.
Draw a card. I was setting up for like big library turn to
I
try to
don't-
draw more cards.
Yeah.
But then I drew a Doc, which just draws me 2 on
Yeah.
the spot.
Just better.
2. Was hoping for a fox or something. Let's see. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20 exactly.
Yes.
So
Which is why my Daisy quested last turn.
I'm going to have to challenge Daisy.
Okay. You take 1.
I'm going to quest for 1. Play a Gontu and a magic broom.
That's a good
I'm sorry.
card.
Play a Gontu. And pass the turn.
So 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17.
Not even close.
I'm just doing math.
I know.
We
I'm
ready? We draw. 5. I think we do this. We're an ink Cindy
Get rid of that. It's for
for
Simba
4.
and plus for 2.
Pluto as a bodyguard.
And then pick.
2, a piglet. So he's definitely questing. 15. I think they're all just questing. 15. This one's questing to 16. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 17. Like you
Yeah.
kind of have enough
That's
for
one
goat.
reason why I
1, 2,
like
3,
it.
4.
No,
5.
I don't have
Yeah,
goat
I
bounce goat.
sacrifice
You don't have
my
goat
dude
bounce even with
at
snake.
some point, but I'm still
Right.
2.
damaging you
4.
guys, and I'm still
Yeah.
being bored at the same time.
And you happen to know I don't play Gathering.
Right, I'm
Which
not
is
playing
another
around
thing.
that though.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that is something
Yeah.
that you would potentially want to play around
Right.
when you sit across from us.
So like
or-
there's a
or
world
anyone.
where this makes sense to me.
I'm
Right. So,
getting rid of-
yeah, I agree. You don't win this turn no matter what, right?
Like
So,
I think I prevent you bouncing and I just give
Yes.
you the 1 and we trade.
yes.
And then like our Pete's could trade, but I kind of think I just quest my Pete. We'll just do that.
Yeah.
I think it's just safer. Like it.
I just
It's
have,
one
like,
more thing
no
you have to-
way
like,
get
now-
through Pluto
So well now you have really
because
no
of it.
way.
Yeah.
That's why I wanted Pete gone
Yep.
and the goat gone.
My turn.
Yes.
Draw a card. Well, library.
Okay.
Doc in the library.
1.
Fire the cannons. Piglet.
That's good.
Diablo in the library. Draw 2.
Okay.
Not a fox. And that's game. Good games,
Good
Melissa.
games.
This video will probably be more for uploading on Metafy
I would agree with
than
that.
to YouTube, especially since it went so long. It's going to be the people that are like deeply invested in this
In the
deck
deck,
specifically.
Right. I was trying to talk the lines for that reason too.
Yeah. And we could also go over it later if we needed to. If there was any like confusion, we can
Yeah.
always talk over it in post.
I think Pluto is really tough for that deck in
Oh, yeah.
general.
You didn't have Calhoun in that game,
I
and
did
I
not.
kept smashing my opening hand because she was such a beating to deal with.
Yeah.
It was
Like even as just a
crazy.
location killer, like she's putting 3 into everything.
Yeah, it's a SME that never dies because
Yeah.
I can't deal with it.
I didn't have a 2-drop and then I drew Smee. And I was like, well, at least I have a 2-drop.